Back with another live stream out here. I just realized the camera's a little crooked. Out here back in nature, got the little creek running beside me. Nice pine trees. I once again have my camera propped up on a dead tree. This time you might be able to see it. Yeah, this is where I got my camera. This is my tripod today. Y'all know me, I always got a weird tripod situation. So the one thing I didn't realize was how many ants are running through, or possibly termites, I don't know. There's some type of insect running all through this tree. So if you see me, if you see me looking over a lot, it's because I'm watching my coffee and yeah, I got a coffee. I'm watching my coffee and my jug of water to make sure the ants don't run off with it. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Good to see y'all. Hopefully y'all can hear me. D Skizzle checking in. Okay, we're getting started. Let's go. Let's go. I got some stories today. So I'm gonna wait until like 50 people get in here and then we'll jump into the stories. I feel like YouTube's being a little slow on showing me the people that are in here. So we're gonna stall a little bit. Yeah, you can see the water running behind me. Nice little spot. I wonder, you can see, yeah, it runs through there, then comes on behind me. Nice little spot. What up, D Jackson? How you doing? Brody, you're welcome. You're welcome. So thank you, you're welcome. Carol, how you doing? Oh, Carol, just for you, Carol. Hold on. Chair. Okay, all right, okay. I went back and got got an adult-sized chair, Carol. So thank you. Thank you for the donation for the chair. I told you I was gonna buy it, so thank you. This is much better. Anyway, funny story though. You know the bag the chair comes in? It looks like, it's kind of weird walking around the campus here because I have to walk. I walked and got my coffee and got a water and I had my backpack on and I had like the bag that chair comes in slung over my shoulder. It could look like something else, you know? It could look like a tripod or it could look like some type of weaponry. So most people didn't pay it no mind, but one guy was like, when I walked past, anyway, I got to figure out a way to carry the chair around that doesn't look like I got artillery on me. Anyway, D Jackson, we got Carol Incognito, what up? Justin in, what up? Mike01, we in here, good to see you, brother. You in here early this time. You in here early, what up, Rebel? Ain't no thing but a chicken wing. Chow Free, Blanca, Droopy. Okay. Chicken wings. What up, Darnell? I'm in Colorado. I'm currently working at the YMCA of the Rockies. So these locations you see me at are on their grounds or very close to it. Love you too, Matan. Appreciate y'all hitting that like button early. Thank you. Kitty, I don't know if we're allowed to say that. I don't know if you can say that in 2024. That might be canceled, I say that. So the story, we got 50 people in here. So as I'm working at a seasonal job, YMCA of the Rockies, as you can see, it's kind of, out there. So Estes Park is the closest town and I don't have a car this time. So I drive the shuttle into town or into Fort Collins or into Loveland during the week. And so I'll usually get food when I go to Walmart or Target or whatever. But it doesn't always work out that since I don't have like a fridge in my room or like my own kitchen, I only feel comfortable getting so much food when I go to the store. So I might get like 2-3 days worth of food and it might be, for example, I'm not taking the shuttle to Fort Collins until Wednesday. So there'll be days like, I got a few days where I don't have any food, set aside to eat, whatever. So I was like, I can order Domino's, I can order DoorDash, but a couple of restaurants. But I was like, I want chicken wings. There's a place in town called Lonigan's that has some of the best chicken wings in the world. You could ask anybody. The best chicken, like Lonigan's, I don't have favorites, but if you made me pick a favorite for chicken wings, I'd say Lonigan's, okay? Y'all know I love chicken wings. I love Lonigan's wings. It's an Irish pub, but everybody who works in there, I think, is like Turkish. It's kind of interesting, but they got great wings. Irish pub, no white people work there. Anyway, no red-haired people work in there. Anyway, it's been a month. I've been here. I haven't had any Lonigan's wings. Usually when I have a car, the first night I go get Lonigan's wings. So it's real. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna walk to town because there was no shuttle going to town today. It was my day off. I was like, I'm gonna walk to town and get me some wings. And it's an hour walk. It's an hour walk, you know, and it's side of the road, it's construction, but it's like a beautiful walk too. So yeah, walked an hour into Estes Park, ordered my wings to go. Now anybody else would have ate the wings there, maybe ate one order of wings there. Nope. I ordered 2 to-go orders, which ironically for 12 wings is $17.95. So it was like $39 for 2 orders of wings. I got 2 orders of to-go wings. I waited 30 minutes while they made them, not inside. I sat out by the creek. And then I got my wings and then I walked back. Hour there, hour back. And I gotta tell you folks, it was worth it. It was worth it. As soon as I got home, I dug into like one order of them Wangs. Took me a little nap because I was working. Now it wore me out. It wore me out. Like I was 2 hours of walking. Like, and it's not like hiking. Like this was side of the road walking. So it wore me out. And I also stopped by the Chinese place, but they weren't open. Because I was like, if I walk this far, I'll get me a couple orders of fried rice too. Maybe a little lo mein, and just walk back and have like 4 meals. But they weren't open. They were supposed to be, but they weren't. So yeah, that was my morning. Walked into town. But here's the best part, folks. Here's the best part, okay? Shout out to everybody coming through. I appreciate y'all hitting the like button. Thank y'all. Appreciate the love. When I'm done with the story time, I'll get in the chat. We can talk. I can say hello to all y'all. Here's the best part, folks. Tune in, lean in on this. So I'm walking back, right? I got my 2 orders of Lonigan's wings, and I'm just like, I just gotta grind through this walk back. I'm hungry. I haven't been hydrating. You know what I mean? You know, like, I'm just ready to get back to the Y, eat my lunch. So halfway, about 30 minutes into the walk back, I see an elk run across the road. Now, anybody who's familiar with this part of Colorado, Estes Park, there's elk everywhere. So I wasn't paying it really no attention. And there was one of those refrigerated box trucks. It drove by right when the elk ran across the road, and it kind of spooked the elk. So it like ran, it didn't just run and stop. It like ran across the road and up the hill. So I'm like, cool, I ain't gonna have to deal with that elk because like he ran up the hill. Now, when I looked over to my left, there was another elk kind of down the hill from me, but he didn't seem like he was doing like he wasn't paying no attention, right? The one elk ran to the right up the hill, the other elk was to the left down the hill. So I'm like, I think I can skate it through between the 2 of them, no problems. And I almost took my phone out to do a little video, a little short, and I was like, it's too windy. Anyway, as I'm walking, the elk that ran up the hill, I think he was expecting the other elk to follow too. You know, sometimes you walk with one of your friends, like at the store or something, and you turn down one aisle and they keep going and you turn around, you're like, I thought we was going down the bread aisle. You gotta go find them. I think that's what he did, okay? The one elk ran across the road, and then as I'm walking closer to him, he kind of turned around and was like looking for his boy. So he starts to come back across the road. Now, there's cars coming. So the cars in both directions stop because they see the elk coming towards the road. So the cars on this side stop, the cars on that side stop. The elk gets to the road and stops. I get to like the same area and I stop. So it's like the good, you know that scene, The Good and Bad and the Ugly, where like all the gunfighters are in the circle and everybody just stops staring. You know, the elk's looking, I'm looking at him, the cars are looking at the elk, they're looking at me. It was just like a 4-way stop. Me and the elk on different sides of the road, cars, everybody just sitting there. So finally, I got kind of irritated, right? So because I speak to the animals every time I'm out walking. If I see a deer, elk, whatever, I wave or I'll say, go ahead. Like I do stuff like that. So the elk was looking at me, so I said, go, because we just stopped. right? Everybody stop. All these cars stop. Everybody stop. I'm trying to get home and eat my wangs. I'm trying to get into these wangs. And he holding me up. You know, I got 30 more minutes of walking, right? So I'm like, go. As soon as I said go, and like move my head like that, that elk bucked back. Like he did the human equivalent of, you know, if somebody scares you and you like, whoa, you know what I mean? He did the human equivalent of that. Now keep in mind, there's only a 2-lane road separating us. So what is that? 10, 15 feet? Like we close, okay? It's just a narrow 2-lane road. He's on one side, I'm on the other. And so when I was like, go, he bucked back, eyes got dark, it was just looking at me. And I was like, and I just start backing up. Cause I'm like, if he comes at me, by the time I realize he's charging me, he's gonna be on top of me, right? And I'm like, oh, I could run down the hill, but then I remembered his boy was down there. There's another elk down there. I said, I'm gonna get two-pieced. I'm about to get two-pieced. He gonna come at me, I'm gonna dip down the hill, his boy gonna come at me, I'm gonna get two-pieced down here by these elk. I start backing up. And I know, you know, there was 3 or 4 cars up there, but I know the humans ain't gonna jump out and help me. They gonna let them elk have their way with me. They might honk the horn. You know, they might call the park ranger. You know, the dark-skinned guy tried, but they got him. So I was like, ooh, like this is the most nervous I ever been around elk, because he was giving me the, do we have a problem stare. And I just started like backing up, and you know, they say don't make eye contact, so I put my head kind of down, and I just kept backing up. And finally, I guess he got the signal he was wanting, to where like I bowed to his dominance, and he just put his head up and just walked across the street. Slow as can be. And he just walked across the street and went back down the hill. And I signaled to the cars. I was like, I'm going back to the other side. So as soon as he crossed this side, I ran to the other side. And it was funny. The people in the cars, when they passed me, they were like, good try though. Nice try. Because they saw I was trying to get them to go across. They was like, good try. Nice try. I'm like, that try almost got me killed. That was yeah, that for about 10 seconds in there, your boy was shook. Cause yeah, if he came at me, it was over. It was ball game, you know? I said, man, let me just I said, I don't think I'm walking for wings no more. That sounds like a charity, walking for wings. For like birds that can't fly. I said, I ain't walking for these wings no more. I'm not doing it. It's not worth my life. Lonigans make some of the best wings in the world. It's not worth my life. I told y'all, you come out to these seasonal jobs, these remote locations, they got a different set of problems out here. You can't even walk to the store no more. But yeah, that was crazy. But the good thing is, I was thinking about that incident the whole rest of the walk. So the rest of the walk went by super quick. I had like 30 more minutes. It went by, like, in my mind, like 5 minutes. Yeah, it was a cool experience. It was a cool experience because, yeah, how often do you ever have, like, an elk really, like, size you down on the side of the road? You know? And it gave the kids in the cars something to talk about, you know? They're like, Mommy, we seen this black dude almost get it. we almost saw some brown on brown crime out this Bobby. Because that elk, I'm telling you, that elk was not playing. Did I say, nah, Kara, I didn't get no pictures. I was just trying to get out of there with my flesh intact. It was funny because I almost beforehand pulled my camera out to do a short. And if I had it out, that might have been some good footage, but who knows? The phone out might have been what put him over the edge. He might have came at me. I'm telling you, he gave me that look. I startled him, he jumped back. He was like, you don't want these problems. Anyway, we made it back safe. I ate my wings. What did I watch? Oh, I watched one of them Godzilla movies on Netflix. I took a nap. I said, from now on, I'm just gonna let the problem is the DoorDash doesn't DoorDash from that place. So, I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure out my Come July 1st, there's a town shuttle that runs every day, pretty much all day. So I'm good. I just got to figure out the month of June, you know what I mean, how to get my wings and my Chinese food fixation going. Because I don't know if walking's the move. So that was my story time. That was, and my plantar fasciitis started acting up. That's why usually when I'm in the woods, I got my boots on, but I got my Skechers on, which I need a new pair of Skechers. Because my plantar fasciitis started acting up a little bit. I said, nope. We're not going that road. Nope. You know? I could have distracted them with a chicken wing. Nah, they would have got my life before they got my wings. You know what I mean? They would have got one of my chicken wings. They would have had to pry it out of my cold dead hands. Nah, I was holding on to the wings like dear life. That is true, Pecan Baby. If he came at me and I dropped my wings, I might have went, you know, like they'll say like a mom, if like a car falls on a baby, the mom's adrenaline will kick in and she can like lift the car and save the baby. That might have happened. That might have happened if I dropped my wings. If I dropped my wings and that elk had stepped on my wings, you might have seen some adrenalines. I might be in the park ranger jail right now for three pieces putting hands on wildlife. What's the charge? Putting hands on wildlife over Wangs. But yeah, and we still got another order in there for dinner. Elk is delicious, by the way. Time, I don't do any camping really, no. Video, I wish Skechers would give me a sponsorship. I'll take it. I'll do it. I would do it just for shoes. I should reach out to them. Angela said, oh, by the way, good to see you, Angela. So just walk with armor on and catch a smash, you'll be okay. Yeah, but then I'll probably have heat strokes. Saha, I've never had panic attacks, so I don't feel qualified to talk on that. And honestly, I feel like anxiety is so different for all of us. I just don't know if I would be qualified to speak on if you're having anxiety in like your daily routines. I don't know if there's anything I could say that would be helpful in that regard, just because that's not something I've been through. And I try very hard to not be one of those internet people who talks about stuff they don't know about. I kind of think that's like professional level, maybe consulting a professional when it's to that level. What up, Moto? Checking in from England? Yeah, I'd end up riding. Man, I would have gotten more trouble riding an elk than fighting an elk. They would have definitely called the cops then. It's not a green screen, it's real. I'll show you the front, prove it's not a green screen. See, that's the front view. Oh, that's nice. That's the front view, it's not a green screen. That looks greeny too, but it's not. It's a real actual tree. You can't hear me knocking on it. I'm like, you hear that? You can't, but yeah, it's a real actual tree. Peaceful out here today. Had a nice nap too. We got to normalize naps. We got to normalize naps again too. Haven't seen any weird bugs. Yeah. I see lots of bugs and insects and yeah. You know, when you're in the woods, you're going to see all kind of weird stuff like that. But I try not to get too detailed with all that because I don't want to. Wow. Whoa. Wow. Justin in. Thank you. Super Chat Squad. That's crazy, Justin. Let me put you a like on that. Oh, whoa. Cancel. I'm trying to put you a like on that. There we go. Justin in said, for those chicken wings and elk defense classes around too. Thank you so much, Justin. I appreciate that very generous donation. Thank you. And I'm gonna be real with you. We probably won't spend it on elk defense classes, but we will definitely spend it on some chicken wings. Thank you so much, Justin. I really appreciate the love. Really appreciate that support Justin in, I'm gonna give you that heart one more time. Super Chat Squad, thank you so much. Thank you. I was laughing because when I seen it pop up, like I didn't believe it. I was like, huh? What? Because I was like, what's the, and it's different colors. I was like, what's the bright red? Thank you, Justin. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We out here. We winged up. We wanged up. We're gonna be wanged. We're gonna be wanged up for the next week. We out here. Thank you, Justin. Thank you so much, Justin. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. That's love. Super Chat Squad, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. And I appreciate y'all hitting the like button. Thank you. Thank you. Q boy, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's funny, Q boy. I can't repeat that. But that's funny. That's funny. That's funny. Annie, you would walk that much, you'd walk 2 hours for pizza? Hey, I'm telling you, sometimes you just gotta have that fix. You just gotta have that fix sometimes, you know? Freely being Kayla, I like that name. Any name with freedom in it or free, I like it. I need to figure out how to set up a hammock. I've never set up a hammock before. I need to figure out how to do that. I did find a nice picnic spot though. Actually, I found two. I was looking. I was like, I need to find a nice picnic spot, nice little romantic picnic spot. So, if I happen to have a situation ship this summer, I already got my spots picked out. Ow, okay, ow, okay. Here we go. Motor's a jab, cross, hook. By the time you get the jab, that elk is on your ass. Hey, traveling over 50, been watching the videos all day. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Watching the videos, hoping you're getting something out of them. Autumn, you had some red tie chili wings? Oh, that sound, I'm basic. I just get buffalo wings mild. I just get a mild. A little ranch. A little ranch. I'm a basic person. Hey, almost, thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, John Mendoza, thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad, the Wolf. Super Chat Squad, that is love. Love that rose too. Thank you, John. Good to see you. Wolf man in the building. Appreciate that. Super Chat Squad, thank you. Yeah, Graham, you know, I've been telling these young boys, take her out on a hike. Not on no craziness, but like, you know, invite her out on a hike. Hey, then you'll know. She trusts you enough to go on a nice little hike with you. Nothing too crazy, you know. Short little hike, whatever. Maybe sit down by the, you know, maybe sit down by the water. You know, you can't see the water good in that shot. Get to know her a little bit. I'll be telling these young boys, they don't, you know, you ain't got to take her, you know, to the fancy restaurant. That comes later. Nice little hike. Have to make it a wingless picnic? Oh, I don't. Yeah, if I go on a pick, the wings is a solo affair. Wings is a solo affair. We got to be about 10 dates in before I share my wings. I'm joking, but I'm like, actually, you'll get steak out of Tim before he shares his wings with you. Facts. You get steak and sushi before we go on a wing date. Wings is a solo affair for the kid. Hey, Steven, thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad coming through with the Canadian cash. We're international. It's official. 23 minutes in, we're international. So keep living your best life, brother. You're an inspiration for all of us. Thank you, Steven. Thank you. I appreciate you saying that. And I appreciate that love, the support. I firmly stand on this that, and this was something that, and one of the reasons I love YouTube and the platform and the people it allows me to reach was, I remember when it shifted from this is what I do because I like doing it to also like, oh, I want to keep doing this to show other people it can be done. I remember, I think it was 2-3 years into this journey. And I was just like, you know what? It's not just about me doing what I love to do. There's an added benefit and blessing of like, hey, just like I watched somebody's video and was like, man, I want to try that. I'm like, man, like the more you do, Tim, the more people can look and be like, hey, I want to try that. And not even from like an ego point of view. You know, I look at it as like being a messenger. It ain't got nothing to do with me. I just relaying the message. You know what I mean? And it's just like, yeah, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. So yeah, we're gonna keep doing stuff, sharing it, letting everybody know. You know, the people who are open-minded enough, the people who are awake enough, and I understand every day someone new has an epiphany and wakes up or just decides I'm done with it. I want to try something new. That's the whole message, folks, is freedom. Live your life. You know, freedom. Break free of whatever chains are holding you and live as free a life as possible in the manner that means the most to you. That's the whole message. So, yeah. Oh, we're almost at 100 likes. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank you again, Stephen. Praveen, yeah, I seen you comment on the old videos. I appreciate that, brother. Positivity, how you doing? Hey, I just said messenger and then someone else with messenger. We had 100 likes. Nice. Oh, Tiki, yeah, I walked 2 hours to get wings because that's the closest wing place from where I'm at. And I didn't have a ride, so you have to watch back the beginning of the stream to get the whole situation. I think we got a super chat train going. Hold on. BF, thank you. Super chat squad, thank you. So rediscovering your content after not watching for over a year. I rarely catch the streams, but I want to show some love. Thank you. Hey, BF, I appreciate that. Like, I've honestly been having a lot of people say, hey, went away, coming back. And I was thinking, I'm like, I think it's a combination between like the algorithm, but I'm also wondering, I'm like, oh, maybe this is one of those times where like a lot of people are reconnecting with like this type of content and this type of lifestyle. So I'm loving everybody say, hey, I'm back. That's what it comes, and I appreciate you coming back, showing love. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Welcome back. Corey, yes, I think I've worked at the YMCA of the Rockies so many times now, but my first time, I think, yes, it was one interview. I'm not exactly sure. I think it was one though. Hey, Alvin Anthony, super chat train. Thank you. Choo choo. Hey, Tim, I'm in Las Vegas. In the past, I walked the whole Las Vegas Strip. Took me 2.5 hours. Yeah. Hey, shout out to Vegas. Vegas is a vibe. Not just the Strip is definitely a vibe, but even Vegas proper is a vibe. Yeah, I think I've walked a good portion of it. Yeah, it'll take you up. The good thing about the Strip though is like there's so much going on, you don't really realize you walking that long. Walking for Wings in Estes Park, you realize it's 2 hours. Appreciate that, Alvin. I appreciate the love, the continued support. Thank you. Super chat train still going. Thank y'all. Phil finds peace. Super chat squad. Super chat train said for Tim, the trailblazing messenger of freedom. I like that. I'll take that. I appreciate that. Yeah, man. You know, if freedom, like it just, I don't see how, if you're the type of person like me that likes to talk, not everybody is, but I don't see how I could be blessed to do some of the things I've been blessed to do, and it is blessings, and not share it with other people. So like that, you know what I mean? The more fun stuff I get to do, the more I'm motivated to talk about it. That's why when there are the relatively small amount of negative comments, I will respond to some of them, yes, but it doesn't stop me because I'm just like, bro, like, I just want everybody to be free, and I'm not going to shut up about it. I don't care, you know, what anybody thinks about it. So thank you, Phil. Justin, thank you. Said I appreciate the videos. Super chat train, Alice coming through. Thank you. Said game over. Night. What? That is a weird. Is that a ghost hippo? That's creepy. Thank you, Alice. I don't think I've ever seen that one. Hey, green eggs and ham. Thank you. We got a real super chat train going. Thank y'all. Love y'all. Said thank you for your thoughts. You really simplify things we all stress about. It is much appreciated. Hey, you are welcome. I appreciate that support. And that's really what I love this comment because that's what I really try to do. Everybody knows I love Alan Watts, and Alan Watts' content always does that for me. And I've always said, if like, I don't think I'd ever be as good as him or as enlightened as Alan Watts. But I've always said if I could be 25% as good as him and provide just that calming effect when someone watches one of my videos or live streams, I feel like I've done the job that I was supposed to do. So I appreciate you saying that. And I think the world is overcomplicated. And like, and we naturally fall in line with that complication. until we take a step back and are just like, wait a second. It's really not that difficult. This is, y'all can't really see the water, but like, you know what I mean? The waves go in, the waves go out. The stream, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, yeah. So thank you. Super Chat train continuing. Positivity messenger. Thank you. So for being amazing. I appreciate that. Thank you. We try to be decent. I feel like might have a couple amazing moments here and there. I'll take the compliment. Thank you. Y'all blessing your boy today. Y'all blessing you. What up, Lord Saya? Super Chat train going. I'm gonna get back to the comments here. I gotta acknowledge the people who came through, showed love. Some people jump on me when I do that. So like, you skipped my comment to go to someone who donated. I'm like, yeah, because they donated. Like, I gotta show them love. Hey, Praveen, thank you, my boy Praveen. Said, I really love watching your old videos, Tim, and I would love to travel to Myrtle Beach in August. Love your channel and what you do, Tim. Thank you so much, Praveen. Praveen, you are such an awesome person. Always come through, show love. Always a nice comment. You share your life and your journey with us. You're a great part of this community, so thank you, Praveen. Yeah, Myrtle Beach, bro, I'm telling you. Myrtle Beach is a vibe, especially in the wintertime. So thank you, Praveen. Super Chat Squad, Super Chat Trade. Mike01 Davis, my boy. That's love. Thank you. Hope you're good. Hope the fam is good. I appreciate you being a member of this community for a long time now and always coming through showing love. Thank you, Mike. Urban Lady, all the usual suspects. Thank you, Urban Lady. Say, hey, friend. I'm lurking today. Happy Sunday, chat. Thank you for the continued support. I really appreciate that. Super Chat Train, we here. Lurking's okay. It's okay to lurk. Hey, I appreciate that, y'all. That was amazing. I just kept seeing the thing. I'm like, what? Thank you. I'm gonna have a swig of water while I ponder y'all's generosity. We're back. Okay, thank y'all. Super Chat Squad, Super Chat Train. And on and in line with that, I want to make videos that y'all want to see. So if you have a video topic that you'd like me to talk about, feel free to put it in the chat or put it in the comments under one of my other videos. And just be like, hey, here's something maybe if you could talk about it. I don't know if I can do them all, but I don't always want to do the videos I think I need to do. I want to know, like, what are the type of stuff y'all want me to do content on, or maybe revisit. Because as a content creator, if you've ever done a video on something, you think you've done it, even if it was like 5 years ago. I'll be like, well, I did a video on that, and I don't realize the time. So if there's something you want me to revisit, just kind of let me know, because I want to start doing the videos that will be most helpful to y'all if possible. Jennifer, thank you. Super Chat Squad, good to see you. Jennifer K said, choo-choo, love you too. Jennifer, thank you. Super Chat Train, choo-choo, let's go. I still got to get that conductor's hat one of these days. I'm gonna be out in these woods looking crazy. I got a chair, I'm gonna have a conductor's hat, tripod. Thank you, Jennifer, thank you, good to see you. Love you too, Victoria. Yeah, BF, like I honestly think it works out better for you when you can share your opinion, but also understand other people might see it differently, and that, like, nobody's right. It's just what's right for me, and like, I like to share with other people who it might be right for as well. That's why, like, when people are respectful and they disagree, cool, let's have a discussion. If you're rude, you get blocked with love. But, like, I don't know. If someone can tell me something that helps me, even if it goes against something I believe, but if it helps me to live a freer, better, happier life, I want to hear it, So I try to keep it open mind, like that, because I'm always on the lookout for something that initially I might be like, ooh, I don't know about that. But then later I'm like, wait a second, that might actually help me. That's the goal. And I feel like It's something I'm always working on because we get our beliefs and we stick to them. But I feel like the more I'm able to let go of what I think I know, the more like stuff comes into my life that helps me. Because instead of just being like, I'm like, wait a second. Maybe that person is on to something. You know, Child Free Jared, thank you. Super Chat Train, choo choo, still going. Says, do you recommend the YMCA of the Rockies in the fall, winter? Trying to line up my next seasonal job. I do. Oh, I do. Great question. Most of the times I've been here have been in the fall and winter. It's less people. You'll definitely get your own room. If you're over probably 30, you're gonna get your own room in the wintertime, like no question. I will say this though, it's Colorado, and you get the snows. Okay, so that would probably be one of the only things I would just say factor in, is that like it is Colorado. You do get your freak snowstorms, and it snows off and on. Typically it'll snow, and then 2-3 days later the snow and the ice is gone. But you do occasionally get some crazy storms, and it sticks around for a while. But yeah, it's a smaller staff, less guests, more chill. So yeah, I recommend it in the fall and winter. Yeah, I do. Because I'm enjoying the summer because I've never been here during the summer. But usually I come in the fall and winter, and yeah, it's pretty chill. You still work, but like, it's not as crazy as they say it gets in the summer. So yeah, I definitely recommend it. And yeah, if you have any more questions that about the YMCA, please let me know. Hit me up on Instagram, and like we can talk. But yeah, I can talk about the Y all day long. One of the few things I know what I'm talking about. I know. Lee, what up, brother? Good to see you. Day off at Glacier? Okay. Yeah, Victoria, I got the health insurance video coming up, and I want to do one about, I want to redo my Kill Your Bills video. Because what I'm really trying to do is start, I want to start over again and kind of build from the bottom up, like how to get free. Like if I was designing a program, I'm not, but if I was designing a program on how to get free, I want to start making videos as if I'm going along the program. So first thing you got to do, I think, is kill your bills. So I want to do a video about that. Then we'll probably talk about like getting out of debt. Then we'll talk about like, earning more money. Then we'll talk, what I mean? Like I want to start at the basics and build. And then make a playlist out of all of it. So I got my bills video, Kill Your Bills, the healthcare video. I've been doing little researches. So yeah, we got some good stuff coming in June. Kashif, I used to have a lot of days where I pondered on the meaning of life and became perplexed. I think what happens is like, it seems like you're going through the process. I think it is kind of a thinking process. You start like getting really deep thinking about the meaning of life and the perplexity, blah, and then the next step is you just get to that point where you're just like, you know what I mean? Like you just kind of accept. Once you can accept, I think you got to work through it. And once you work through kind of what is the meaning of life? What's the point? And I think I know for me, I got to the place where I was like, the point of life is to live. But I felt it. Like someone can say that and you can be like, yeah, I guess the point but like once you feel it, once you get it, then I think that's like that next stage where you're just like, oh, okay. But I think you got to work through that. And I think that's what you're doing now is like find yourself more and more just being like, why is that? And I think that's good. But yeah, I've been through that. And now it's just kind of like the surrender of womb to tomb, I'm here until I'm not. I'm going to try to like enjoy myself, help people, and not overthink it. Did I miss a... Hey, Praveen, coming through again. Thank you. Super Chat Squad. So wanted to treat you something at Five Below in Colorado, too. Do they have a Five Below there? They don't have one in Estes Park. I don't think so. But I appreciate that love. Thank you, Praveen. And if I see one, I'll stop in one Yeah, I think they have one in Loveland. I go to Loveland with the shuttle a lot, so I think they have one in Loveland. Thank you, Praveen. I really appreciate that. Carol Hodges, coming through with the love. Thank you, Carol. Carol, pay for the chair. Carol said I almost didn't tune in because I was doing other things, but I'm so glad I clicked on the notification. You truly brightened my day. Yes, yes, yes. I'm glad we can still brighten your day after all these years, Carol. Thank you, Tim. You're welcome. And I love a video on how to get rid of all my junk. Boom. Okay. I got you, Carol. I got you. Let me make a mental note of that. How to get rid of stuff. I got it. Okay. Video on like downsizing. Okay. I got you. Thank you, Carol. Super Chat Squad. Yes, be on the lookout for that. A video on downsizing. I can talk about that. It's always good when someone asks for a video on something I know about. Somebody like, what about this? I'm like, maybe. Yeah, but we can talk about that. Yeah. Thank you, Carol. Thank you. Lee said a video on how to get rid of the EDR bubbles. I still don't know that. Saha, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, by the way. That's the ultimate goal, is to eventually get my philosophies ironed out. That'd be the goal, is to start with like the videos and then be able to convert it to like book form. That's the goal. Oh, child free, you're used to the snow. Yeah. Yeah, definitely the fall, winter's the time for you. Because it's less people, and I'll be honest, I almost feel like it's more close knit between the staff in the fall and the winter. Just because there are less people and there's less to do. So you spend more time hanging out, I feel like. Freer, better, happier, let's go. Feel free to use that. That's copyrighted. Can't use that. I'm joking. Praveen back at Weakness tomorrow. Let's go. Try to get to Flathead Lake. Is that close by here? I don't know. Like, part of me, I'm not getting a car this summer. I decided. But part of me is like, man, there's a lot of stuff I'm not going to get to this summer because I don't have a car. But maybe next summer. See, I'm thinking long term. Moto, I'm definitely going. England is on the books. You know, good Lord willing and the creek don't rise, we're definitely going to England. I don't know about Italy. That might have to, like, I just want, when I go to England, it's probably just going to be, because I booked a trip to England a while back, canceled it, like a year ago, canceled it. So I have a credit, British Airways, that'll get me round trip back and forth to England. So when I go to England, I'm probably just going to go there, be there and it's expensive. So I'm probably going to go there, be there for a few days, come back. Later, maybe a year or so from now, I want to do like a European trip, go over there, stay for 2-3 months, take the train all around. That might be a 2025, 2026 thing. See, I'm starting to think more long term. I used to be very like 1 month from now. Now I'm trying to think more long term. So, but yeah, so I might hit Italy then. But I definitely want to knock England off the soon. Lee, it's good. The weather's good here. It's like 60 degrees. Come to Kentucky, maybe. I'd have to have a reason to go. Yeah, better flight. Like, yeah, once you get there, and it just takes practice. A lot of this life stuff, I think, is just practice. Like getting the concept, getting the view, and then just practice. Like, we've spent 20, 30, 40, 50 years of our life looking at the world one way, thinking life is serious. You're not going to get to that level where you really feel that life isn't serious in a week. You know what I mean? So I think it just takes practice. I think things like meditation, being in nature, I think scenes like this help. I like dead trees. I don't know why. One of these days I got to show you my favorite tree stump, but it just takes practice. What up, Brian? I think there's black bears here. I don't know. There's some type of bear around here. I don't know. I don't know. I don't really. I've never seen one here. Other people have. I haven't. I saw a moose the other day. Hey, oh, thank you. Meow's Garage, hello. Justin, I have not been to Maine. That's on my list for summer seasonal. That might be, if I don't come back here next summer, it'll probably be Maine. You know, Maine and Alaska are definitely on the potential seasonal summer job. I'm thinking I'm gonna start seasonal job every summer, travel in the winter. I'm thinking I'm gonna do that. John coming through again. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. The Wolf, Super Chat Squad. Do a how to live a carless free life video. Okay, boom, I got you, John. I got you. So I got to do downsizing, car. That's actually on my list already. So, okay. Oh yeah, we good. We good in June. June's gonna be a good month with the videos. I appreciate that. Appreciate the love, John, and the suggestion. Thank you. The reminder, because I'll forget. So thank you. That's a good one. F Doctor, you about to go on a European holiday? Okay. This felt a raindrop. It's not gonna stop the stream. Raindrops don't stop the stream. 27 said, how can we combine simple life and unique life or collect life? So you want the simple, you want a unique life and a complex life? Real quick, before I answer, if you're comfortable expounding, what do you mean when you say complex life? Because like and this might be me not doing a good enough job of explaining it. And I do want to do a follow-up video or stream about what I mean by the simple life. But because a lot of people think when I say simple life, it means that like you can't have any modern comforts. You got to be out in the woods like this on a homestead, off grid, making your own soap. You know what I mean? Like, and when I say simple life, it's not about like the material and material stuff. Now, for me, getting rid of a lot of that stuff helped me to live a simpler life. But like, you can have the material things you want and need and live a simpler life. Now, if you're just like a total consumerist, maybe not. But like, when I say simple life, I'm not saying deprive yourself of the things you actually want in life. I'm just saying realizing like taking it slower. If you have hobbies and passions, like embracing them and doing them, as opposed to spending all your money on stuff that you think other people think you should have. You know what I mean? So like, it's not about depriving yourself. It's actually about getting rid of all the other stuff so you can focus on the things you want, you know? So I think that's something where I need to do a better job of explaining the simple life. Because so many people are like, I don't want to live in the woods. And I'm like, you don't have to live in the woods. Like, I know people living the simple life who have a nice home in the suburbs. You know, I know some people living simple lives who make really good money. You know what I mean? They just choose to live in a really nice RV and drive nice, you know what I mean? They got nice cars, nice RV. They just choose to live a mobile nomadic life, you know? So, but I'm gonna do a video about that or stream. So I don't think you have to combine the two. I think you just live a simple life in the manner that works for you. Okay, this is. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Definitely didn't mean to do that. Hold on. I'm gonna be nice. 30-minute timeout. Asking crazy questions. Yeah, if you want TV, you got TV. I mean, right now, I got Netflix, Paramount Plus, Prime. I think I got another, and Disney Plus. I got 4 streaming services right now. Not streaming, screaming. 4 streaming services right now. But I spend my money on that instead of, you know, crazy shoes. You know what I mean? So it's not, yeah. Kay said, thank you genuinely, Tim, for just being you. You helped me get through last year after losing my dad. Sorry to hear about your dad. My grandmother and oh wow, sorry to hear that. Man, all within 9 months. Your dad, your grandmother, and uncle. So sorry to hear that. Your positive mentality helped me heal. Hey, that means a lot, Kay. That means so much to me. I can't even imagine how rough of a time, how painful a time that was. But if my videos and my content could help at all, I am so happy that they were there for you in that moment. And I'm glad to hear you're healing. Glad to hear you're healing. And thanks for sharing. You know, I know that's not something easy to share. So thank you for sharing. Well, yeah, 27. Oh, you're looking at it like goals. Okay. Um, and yeah, like I don't think for me the simple life doesn't have to do with goals. Like I feel like you can live a simple life going after challenging goals because you get rid of all that other complex, complicated stuff that has nothing to do with your goals. You know what I mean? You could say, I want to be a CEO of a Fortune 500 company. I'm climbing that corporate ladder. And you could do that living a simple life because that's your focus. You see what I'm saying? Like, I think simple life, there isn't a certain set of things you can do and live a simple life. You can do whatever you want. It's a simple life because you're not falling for all this other stuff. You're going after your goals. You're checking things off your bucket list. You're having the experiences you want. You know what I mean? So like, I think you can have very challenging goals, but your life is simple because that's what you're focused on and not all this other fake stuff that means nothing to you. You know, if your goal doesn't involve a brand new car every 3 years and you decide, hey, I'm going after these very challenging goals and I'm gonna do it driving a beater truck because it allows me to save money that helps me go after these goals, that's living a simpler life. Just so many people, their lives are complicated by things and stuff that they don't really care about, but everybody has told them to care about it. But if you've gotten rid of all that stuff that you don't care about, you're living a simpler life. Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing this follow-up stream. Yes, looking forward to it. Yeah, I'm still rocking Skechers, Bill. I got to get some new ones. Have I read the book Money, Money, Money? I don't think so. I want to go to Ghana. So when I hit Africa, it'll probably be Ghana first. Justin, I use cash a lot. I'd say 50-50. Like I like to go to the I'm probably the only person who uses the ATM up here. I like to go to the ATM when I get paid and get cash out. I'm old school. I was born in the 70s. But sometimes I'll use my debit card. I do 50-50. Exactly, pretty lady. You know, find what's important to you, focus on that. It's all about focus. And then, yeah, let go of all that stuff society throws at you. Real Art Manifest said, I recently had to quit working, had to sell my shoe collection and some clothing I own. I have no income. What would you do? I would start hitting up the temp agencies and the gig jobs if that's something you can do. But I definitely, I would start hitting up the temp agencies. All the ones close by. I don't know if you live in a big city, small town, but I would start hitting up the temp agencies and just get my resume, my CV into all of them and just be like, hey, I need some work. The gig jobs, if that's something you're thinking about, if you have a vehicle, I'd sign up for all of those, get started on those. Uber Eats, DoorDash, basically anywhere where you can start earning income quick. Because a lot of the things that people on the internet tell you about to make money take long term. You could become a virtual assistant. You can't do that tomorrow. But like the gig jobs, next week you could start working. Temp agency, next day they might have something for you. So I would be thinking legit places where I can start making money quickly. And I think like the temp agencies, there's a lot of temp apps out there. I'd just be signing up for all of them. Depending on what your background is at work, there's a lot of, well, I guess these are temp agencies too, but there's a lot of specific career-based, like for me, I work in hospitality. So there are hospitality-based temp agencies. And I know if I ever call one of them and say, hey, I got almost 10 years experience working at hotels. They got me. So whatever it is you know how to do, I would Google and see if there's any specialty uh, temp agencies for that. Just be, hey, you know, but that's what I would be looking into in that situation. And don't worry, it's gonna work out. It's gonna work out. Sorry you had to show your shoe collection if you didn't want to, but hey, it might make you a little freer now. Ghost no answer. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad said lots of good content lately. I appreciate that. We've been trying, so I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad, goats. And then we got what is there? Something that something dive bombing out here. Oh, I got you. Come back through. Sorry, I'm trying not to kill wildlife, even if it is. Praveen, thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad. Praveen put up the black cat emoji. Is that a warning? Something behind me? Is there a mountain lion behind me? Okay, sorry. Thank you, Praveen. Thank you, Super Chat Squad. Thank you. Hell, every time I've left the country, I didn't feel like, okay, this is where I want to be. Now, that may change. You know, as I get older, I might go somewhere. That's why I want to explore more countries. I might go somewhere and be like, I want to stay here for a while. I might meet somebody out the country. I don't know. But the 3 countries I was blessed to go to, Mexico, Thailand, Philippines, it really felt like, oh, I'm just here for a while, go back home. So I think we hear a lot of stories from the people who moved to other countries, but we don't always hear from the people who went to other countries and were like, nah, I don't think I want to live here. So it's no shade to Mexico, Thailand, the Philippines. Like, I really like Thailand. I want to go back. I keep going back to Mexico. I'll probably go to Mexico again this year. But it just didn't feel like the right time for me to move to any of those places. You know, and I think that's a conversation that should be had. Because I don't know, like now it seems like the prevailing opinion is as soon as you find a way, move. And if that's what works for you, cool. But like, I just know a lot of people who that didn't work for, or like me, currently don't have the interest in leaving the country. So if that changes, I'm out, you know. But, and if I ever did leave the country long term, I don't know if I would move completely, you know. I would like to, you know, go be out the country for 3-4 months at a time, something like that. Oh, that's just a random emoji friend? Okay. Pushy Poo, the Philippines was cool. The Philippines was cool. I didn't do much when I was there. I was in Manila. I didn't plan much for that trip, so I really just walked down to like the Mall of Asia every day and got food. But it was cool. It was very eye-opening to see a different culture. I feel like if I ever went back to the Philippines, I'd want to go with somebody and kind of explore more. Though I meet Filipino people at these seasonal jobs, so maybe I'll make some Filipino friends and then I can go back again and hang out with them or something. But Philippines was cool, you know. It didn't speak to me like Thailand did, but it was cool. Like, I had fun, you know. Some cool people. Blanks, you got the vasectomy and felt free. It's all about freedom. Australia was amazing. Yeah, Australia's on the list too. You know, I mean, it's. I got such a long list, so I feel like my life goals from now on is like figuring out how to travel to as many countries as possible and finance my lifestyle for the rest of my life. You know, that's where I'm at now. That's the thing now. It's like, all right, how do I get to see as much of the world as possible and finance that lifestyle till I die, till I ain't got no life to style. You know what I mean? Frank, so what do you think's what's one thing you would say helped you to stay on your journey of being a YouTuber and independent thinker? Well, I think I'm just naturally an independent thinker, Frank. So I don't know if anything had to help me with that. Like, that's just me. And I think indulging my independent thought helps, though. Just always trying to stay an independent thinker. My journey on YouTube, I just kept, you got to put in the reps. You know what I mean? You got to put in the work. And I think for a lot of people, and this isn't negative, they don't want to put in the work. And that's not, there's a lot of things I don't want to put in the work in. So I don't do it. But for me, and I love it. So, but putting in the work is a big deal on YouTube. So, yeah. Could make a video of your favorite place to visit. Stay west of the Mississippi River. Your favorite east of Mississippi. You might want to blow spots up. Corey, I'm just not really a travel. I appreciate the recommendation. I'm just not really like a travel person like that. And I don't really do favorites and stuff like that. When I am places I like, I'll say something like Myrtle Beach. Myrtle Beach is a vibe in the wintertime. In the off season, it's super cheap. I get a oceanfront condo, hotel room, $1,000 a month. Nobody's there. I go every winter. So yeah, I'll talk about it. I don't know if I do a specific video because I don't know if that's really my brand, but I like to talk about places when I'm there, you know? Did I retire? Mike, I did a video years ago where I was like, I'm gonna retire by 45. I've since changed my views on that. I don't even like the concept of retirement, and let me explain. And I'm gonna do a follow-up to my retirement video because people came at me crazy. Once again, maybe I didn't do a good enough job explaining. I no longer look at life like, okay, work doesn't play a big enough part in my life for me to, like, retirement fits when you work a bunch of years, then you retire. To me, it all goes together. Once again, all I gotta do is finance my lifestyle. That's the way I look at it. So if that means I gotta work for 10 years, okay, you know what I mean? But like the ideal of like, oh, that whole concept of like go to school, get a job, stay there until you're 65, then retire, doesn't work for me. You know what I mean? Not saying there's anything wrong with that. It doesn't work for me. And honestly, it's working for fewer people each and every day, each passing day. So for me, it's not like there's no concept of ever retiring because like I work when I need to work. I try to come up with, you know, other income streams. Like I just need to figure out how to finance my life until I die. So I do have investment, you know what I mean? So like, but the ideal of like, oh, one day, like I love the life I live now. So it's like, what would I retire from? You know what I mean? Like, I don't think I'm ever gonna wanna not work. You know what I mean? Like when I take months off and don't work, the reason I go back to work, A, I could use the money, but B, I get bored. I get bored. Go 4 months without working. You'll want something to do. You know what I mean? So yeah, I just, the concept of retirement, I don't think fits my life anymore. I didn't get a new camera, Justin. I do have a new mic. I like the mic. Hill, I consider myself a nomad. I would never call myself homeless because I think that is a smack in the face to people who are really homeless, you know? So, but honestly, like I'll say I'm a nomad, but like, honestly, I don't spend a lot of time thinking about what, I'm just Tim, I just live life. You know what I mean? I don't spend a lot of time thinking about what my label should be, you know? What up, Tony? What up, 44? Oh, you like the 12 book video the video about book recommendations? Okay, Quincy. Yeah, I got to start reading more books. But yeah, we can do another one of those. Blake, I haven't been to a concert in ever. The only concert I ever been to was a Blue Man Group. So yeah, Justin, I got to do I thought about doing a follow-up video to that Retired at 45 video and be like, I lied to y'all. That'd be the thumbnail. But yeah, see, you grow. Back then, I was like, I'm gonna figure out how by 45 to never work again. Tim now is like, I don't want to never work again because that gets boring. Like I'm enjoying being up here working at the wall. Like, so I forget what the comment was, but somebody was like, oh wait, till your life screws up and you have to go and you have to work. I'm like, I'm working now. I love when people assume I don't work ever. Like, I like working. I'm enjoying working. Sorry for lying to you. But yeah, it's just like back then, that's what I was on. I'll figure out a way to not have to work, after 45. But I've grown, I've changed, you know what I mean? So like now it's just what things do I put in place so that when I'm 70, I'll still have an income. Victoria, glad you liked the retirement video. Thank you. A lot of people didn't get it because I think, and this goes back to what I was saying earlier, sometimes it's very easy. We all do it. I do it sometimes still. If somebody comes at something we believe in, we're quick to get defensive and clap back. Especially if retirement worked for you. Here at the YMCA of the Rockies, I work with a lot of people who are retired. That's one of the things I love about it, because I love interacting with people older than me, get that wisdom. And a lot of people who commented in that video commented about like how retirement worked for them, which I appreciated the people who said, hey, I understand that this isn't true for the younger generation. I feel blessed that I was able to boom, boom, boom. I love those comments. But I got a lot of comments from people who were just like, well, it worked for me, so you're wrong. And I'm like, no empathy? No sympathy for the younger generation who doesn't have the opportunities you have? Like, so many people just telling me what they did. Oh, I worked hard for 30 years and blah, 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 blah. Now I got a beautiful house and blah, blah, blah. Retirement's the move. I'm like, yeah, but you did that starting in 1974, bro. I don't know. I was just like, man, like no empathy. But a lot of people did say, hey, I understand it's different now. This is what I did, blah, 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 blah. And I said several times in that video, plan for the future. Planning for the future is always good. The idea of retirement is what I think we need to work on, and switch up. It's okay to enjoy your life now and set yourself up for the future if possible. I forget where I was going with that. Hey, Sin City, glad you like that. San Diego on the bill. What up, Candy Graham? Hey, comments. Yeah, if you like working, you like making money, you like being productive, go for it. I appreciate that you took some time off and now you know. That's all part of my message too, is like, know thyself. And so you took time off and you're like, hey, this ain't me. Somebody else might take 3 months off and be like, oh, this was the best 3 months of my life. I want to do this every 5 years. You know what I mean? Just do things you got to do things to know who you really are. You got to try some stuff. You got to take action. And far too often we let other people's ideals and opinions and beliefs tell us about ourselves. And we'll never try nothing. I'm just like, try some stuff. If you don't like it, you ain't got to do it no more. But try it. Dr. X checking in. Yeah, and that's the thing too. Like, people be stressed, oh, I gotta have $1 million saved for retirement. People retiring with about 40K. Trying to figure it out. And here's the thing too. I think I might have said this in the video, I think a lot of people hold on to the idea of retirement and are like, oh, eventually I'll figure it out. But if you at a very young age, you'd be like, okay, I don't think the standard retirement's for me. I already know I'm gonna need to have something figured out to be generating income when I'm in my 60s, 70s, 80s. You might end off better off, because your whole working life or your whole adult life, you're setting things up. You know what I mean? Whereas, as opposed to someone who's just like, oh, eventually I'll save up enough money. 27, I believe in God, so I couldn't speak for what not believing in God does for anyone, So I do believe in a higher power. I do believe in God. Yeah, a lot of like the older people who are real, who are honest, are like, yeah, I wouldn't want to be young right now. Y'all might have your little internets and your little AI and your little TikTok, but I would never want to switch with y'all. People who are honest. Have I smelled a ponderosa pine? I think I have. My friend Blair came down and we went hiking the other day, and she's very big on smelling things, so she had me smelling all types of trees and stuff. Yeah. Shout out to Blair. If you don't like working, old account, figure out a way to finance your life without working. This like, you know what I mean? Figure out what works for you. Like, it's okay to be you and to not like what you don't like or like what you like. You just got to figure out how to make that work for you. All you got to do is get from womb to tomb. If you don't like working, find you a sugar daddy or a sugar mama and do what you got to do. There's plenty of people out there with a lot of money who are looking for somebody to give it away to. You know what I mean? That's just an example. But like, find something that doesn't require you working that can find, you know what I mean? Like, it's a wide open world. If you don't want to work, figure out a way to live without working legally. You know, nothing says you have to work. Figure it out. Yeah, see, Justin, you hanging around some good people. Hey, say travel while you can. Yeah, sorry to hear about your granddad, EG, but like, yeah, I feel like that happens a lot. It's, you know, people put off living and then never get to do the stuff they put off. Praveen out here running a 8-minute mile. Okay. I don't know if I've ever done that, Praveen. I don't track my steps, no. I just, like, I'll be honest, I don't time myself. I timed the walk today because I wanted to know how long it takes, but usually I just walk. Like, I don't count my steps. Like, I don't understand what counting steps does for you. Like, however many steps I took, that's how many steps I took. So knowing how many I took doesn't change how many I took. That's the way I look at it. Yeah, I agree. In this society, Philip, you're probably going to need money. I disagree with everybody thinking we only can get it a few ways. You know how many people out there are living amazing lives, not not getting money in a way that they dislike? There's got to be millions of people living great lives, financially secure, and they're not working at a job or doing something they hate. And I'm like, if they can figure it out, I can figure it out. Or I'm gonna try. We don't even try. You know? That's the message. Try. Try. You know what I mean? Shane almost had a sugar mama. I see you, Shane. Victoria, advice on how to quit that corporate world. The things, you said bills scare you. Are there any of those bills that you can cut back on? You know, I'm gonna do a video soon, killing your bills. It may take some sacrifices as far as living, but I promise you, if there are some bills, maybe not, but if there are some bills you can cut back on, if maybe you can reduce, I don't want to say reduce your standard of living, but like, you know, if you can go a little smaller or a little less luxurious, you know what I mean? Like, there are areas where we can cut back in life, and then we don't need as much money, and then you could find another job that's not corporate-y, that's not sucking your soul out of you, and maybe you make less money, but maybe it's not as stressful. Maybe it's not as toxic. Maybe it's not as competitive, where everybody's stepping on everybody to try to get ahead. But I think one of the things it starts with is like, okay, how much money do I need to live? Can I drop that down some? and just seeing if that's possible, and doing the research on, different places are cheaper. I'm big on that one. It might be scary to move, but like, when I go back home to Florida, the rent they're complaining about is so much cheaper than. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day in North Carolina. They have a 2-bedroom apartment for less than $1,000 a month. So just stuff like that, like finding out a way to lower your monthly expenses, then maybe you could work another job that you enjoy or has a way better work environment. That's something I've been big on lately. I used to always be like, find a job you love, and I stand on that. But also, you could find a job where the actual work you're doing might be monotonous or mundane, but you love the work environment. And I think that's just as good. If I got a fun crew of people, I'll flip burgers down at the Five Guys if we laugh and joke all day. I've always said I'm gonna work at Taco Bell one day, because the Taco Bell in Bozeman, Montana, because boy, it looked like a vibe. But anyway, that's a big one. I think if we can lower our expenses, a lot of times we can find a job where maybe we make less, but works better for us. Because let's be honest, most people are in the corporate world for the money. Or they think that's like the most prestigious place to work. So if you can stop caring about the prestige and not need as much money, you might be looking like, why am I still doing this corporate thing? John, no, I don't talk about any of the topics that YouTube has a problem with. And I've been doing this long enough, so like, I kind of know the things they have a problem with. Contrary to people's belief, the type of stuff I talk about, YouTube don't care about. Like, I'm not saying anything crazy or illegal or wrong. Like, YouTube doesn't care if I'm like, live free. It's some of that other stuff. So that's sometimes someone will read, there'll be a comment, I'm like, I can't say that. I just stay away from the stuff YouTube doesn't like. You just have to kind of figure out each platform's politics. And YouTube is definitely with the live free, enjoy your life crowd. So currently it don't care about things I talk about. Yes, fund a lifestyle you love. Exactly, Nick. You know what I mean? And that's, if we talk to the kids about that starting in like middle school, you know how different lives we all would be living? If you're just like, hey, you just need to find a way to fund a life you love. And if that was the flex, instead of us looking at people being like, oh, she's a CFO, nothing wrong with that, but you know what I mean? Instead of us thinking, oh, you got to start an app and have a 8-figure exit to be the man, you know, all that. If we were just like, if the flex was, oh, you see Sheila? She makes mugs for a living and is happy as possible. If that was the flex, if that's what the kids were taught, like, hey, find something you love to do that like allows you to finance your lifestyle, do that, be happy. All of us, we'd be living such different lives, you know? But we just tell people, find the best job possible. Okay. Hey, freely, yes. Saving as much as you can, next too much, then you're out of that job. Let's go. Money cannot be the only motivation. Exactly. Unless you're just one of those money people, which is fine too. If you're motivated by money, fine. But I think a lot of us aren't, especially us in this community. Glad you like the community, Philip. Thank you. I think a lot of us just aren't. Hey, Ross Travels, I see you, my brother. Back with another stream. We here. I'm well. I hope you're well too. I've been following your journey. You know, you out there. There's a young man living his life. There's a young man living his life. Check his channel out. This is what I'm talking about. A young person living their life, enjoying themselves, and documenting it on YouTube, which I think is amazing. Good to see you. Good to see you, my brother. Ooh, Victoria, your passion is oil painting and playing the violin. I love that. I love when people know their passion. Yeah, business law. That sounds that sounds that sounds rough. Um, and I know this sounds very cliche, Victoria, but when I say it, I mean it. And as someone who's done it and is currently doing it, if you're in business law, you are smart enough to figure out, how to work your passions into your overall life scheme. You know what I mean? You can figure out how to make some money or another way, or to like monetize your passions if you want to. You may not want to. You may just want to do those on the side. But like, you're obviously an intelligent person. So like, yeah, it's scary, but it's possible. And I think it just really starts with the day when you're like, okay, I'm gonna figure this out. And it might take me 5 years, but come 2029, I'm gonna be doing a totally different life. You know what I mean? It really just starts with that belief. And just that, yeah, bro, if he can do it, I can do it, you know? Where was I at in the chat? Okay. Hey, love that, Quentin Bart. Got a job you like? Cool. Pays well? Let's go. Live minimally? Let's go. My family's good, Alvin. My family's good. Sandy, hello. Hola. Nick, loving it out there at the health food store. That sounds like a vibe, too. Health food store? Sounds like a vibe. Hey, glad to hear that. Pretty lady. Applying to be a flight attendant. Let's go. That definitely sounds fun. That sounds fun. Flight attendant. Good luck. Me for a word. Enjoy not having a car. Yeah, I'm gonna do that video. Car free living. It's different. It's a vibe. Hey, Justin subbing to Ross Travels. Nice. Yeah, check my boy out. Check my bro out. Yeah, good point, Philip. Like, time is gonna pass. That's why I say womb to tomb. All you gotta do is get from womb to tomb. And you're gonna do that anyway. So why not use the time to like work on getting, and I'm not saying it's easy, and I'm not saying it's like, oh, next week, but like, you're gonna spend the next 2 years doing something. Why not do research and make little moves so that when the next 2 years, 3 years, 5 years is up, you're doing what you want to do. That's the way I look at it. JS, what up? A lot of people subbing to Ross Travels. I appreciate that. You won't be disappointed. Northern Peru in the building. What up? What up, Gerardo? Produce. If I could go back in time, I might apply to be a flight attendant. Now I probably wouldn't, but if I could go back in time. Hey, Isaiah, that means you got to come with some fire content next couple of videos. I'm not saying you don't already. I love your video. You got to come with that fire. Sending all these people to your channel, bro. You got to come with that fire, okay? Okay? You got to come with that fire. Old account feeling lost? First off, I think that's normal, especially in that age range. You've been living, you've been doing some living, you've been an adult for a while. I know for me, right around that age is when I started to be like, what am I doing? So I think it's normal. I think it's just trying some things. The good thing is if you're lost, it don't really matter what you try. What you got to lose? I've already lost in these streets. So yeah, I think just trying to find a path. Nick, yeah, if you've done 6 or 7 seasonal jobs and haven't got called back, I would call them. I would email. A lot of these seasonal jobs get a ton of applications. So anything you can do to not get lost in the sauce, I would do. Thank you, G-Mac. Hey, Wendy, thank you. Super Chat Squad, I appreciate that. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you. Super Chat came through heavy today. Thank you. Is there a height limit for a flight attendant? Probably like 6. I think I would be good because, thank you, Wendy. I think I would be good because I can walk freely on the plane. A couple more inches, I don't know. A couple more inches, I might struggle. But yeah, I think I'm good. Outside of YouTube and work, what do I spend my time doing? Like walking in the woods, watching a WNBA basketball because it's that season. Women's sports, that's what I do. I watch my games, but I spend a lot of time in nature. Yeah, that's probably it though. I don't do a lot. I do YouTube, I'm working now. I take my little hikes. I watch my sports. I'm a simple man. Ross said, I got you. Okay. I see you, VH. Do I get bitten by mosquitoes easily? I haven't. I don't think I've gotten bitten out here now. But once again, I'm from Florida, so like compared to some of the swamps I've had to work in, I'm from Florida and I did lawn maintenance. So I'm used to having to wear a long sleeve shirt to keep the mosquitoes off. You know what I mean? So I don't get bit here a lot. Oh, speaking of channels you need to subscribe to, we got Retire and Go, Super Chat Squad. Thank you. It's an ancient proverb. Sometimes a man must walk far to acquire chicken. Hey, I feel you. Sometimes a man must walk far to acquire chicken wings. Blesses you. Hey, blesses you as well. I just yesterday, I was getting recaught up on your videos. Once again, if you're thinking about living overseas, if that's something that's in your plan, near future, far future, definitely check out Retire and Go. It has some of the best advice on, just real life. How do you do your banking? You know what I mean? And breaks down how he did it. And it's like real. Like a lot of people, I've watched videos on this topic. Hey, how I retired, and like people are very vague. Retire and Go like really breaks down. This is how I did it. This is how I retired, and I'm in Southeast Asia and South America. It's like my number one source for like thinking about that type of stuff. So thank you, Retire and Go, Super Chat Squad. Thank you, and thanks for that laugh. I love the fact that the people whose channels I watch also watch mine. That makes me feel good. And that food you be eating, Retire and Go. I was thinking about that today because I walked 2 hours and I paid $39 for 24 chicken wings. And I said, boy, Retire and Go. I think one of your videos you said you got a steak dinner for $9 because you was like, you don't want to pay ATM fees or whatever. Because you're like, that's like 300 baht, that's $9. I can get a steak dinner for $9. I said, boy, I'm mad. $39 for wings, I can be getting a steak dinner. Pattaya. Anyway, sorry. So, Steve, thank you. Super Chat Squad, thank you, Steve. Said, appreciate all the good videos and combos. Thank you. I'm about to have to wrap it up because I think my phone's about to die. But I'm gonna try to talk just a little longer. Chai together, hey, no problem. I like to recommend channels that I watch that are like real, legit, authentic people because there is a lot of non-authenticity on the internet. So yeah, if there's people who, especially if it's someone who like I watch consistently, if they come through, I like to show love, Yeah, better flight. Oh, so I am, man, that sun's getting, on Amazon, I looked up a charger for my phone. So I'm hoping when I get paid, I'm gonna buy it and I'll be able to, like a battery pack. So I'll be able to do longer streams because I like doing longer streams, but my phone will only go for like an hour and a half, excuse me. So that's why I've been having to, like if I'm in my room, but I got thin walls in my room. But when I'm just out in the woods, I only got like an hour and a half on my phone. So I was like, I got to get me a battery pack so we can talk, You know, this is too short for me. When I'm done, I'm like, what am I supposed to do? I need another hour and a half. I need another hour and a half, you know, before I feel like we've achieved our objective. But my phone, yeah. Popier, you're going to get some wings? Nice. Yeah, F Doctor. It's $17.95 for 12 wings. $39 for 24 wings. Boy, I get me a steak dinner for $9 in Thailand. What am I doing here? No, sure. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for tuning in. This is an amazing stream. I had a great time. So much good energy, so many good vibes. I really appreciate y'all being a part of this community, being part of the stream. Big shout out to the Super Chat squad. Thank y'all so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Big shout out to everybody who came through, the thumbs uppers, the lurkers, the usual suspects. I really appreciate all y'all. Shout out to Angela, our moderator, you know, for years of faithful service. Thank you, Angela. I'm gonna jump off, walk back up to my room, probably eat the rest of my wangs. I love y'all. I love y'all so much. Thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all. Talk to y'all soon. Oh, and thank y'all for the video recommendations. Stay tuned. We're gonna get some good videos in June.